Aloha everybody and welcome to part 16 of the Misadventures of Tron, Bonne. So in the last part we finished the final room for the Gesellschaft, ladies and gentlemen, and it is the torture room. And I know what you're thinking, why do we have a torture room? Do you remember back in part 2 when I mentioned that the Servbots actually have 4 stats? They have attack, they have speed, they have brains, and the 4th meter was sloth. If you're not using them in missions, if you're not doing things with the Servbots, eventually they will get lazy. And when they're lazy, the sloth meter increases, and when it's all the way at the top, they won't do anything. They won't go scouting, they won't accompany the Gustav on any kind of mission, or any kind of mission. They won't do puzzle containers, they won't do the dig-outs. They'll just hang around in the Gesellschaft, and you can't use them, no matter how good their stats are, right? Number 16 here, our achiever, who works hard to make up for his lack of talent. He's gotten really lazy. He ain't doing anything now. So now we have to torture number 16 to teach him a lesson for slacking off. We are pirates, and I will not stand for this insubordination. So we have this mini-game where we have 30 seconds to drain his laziness meter, and pushing square activates the spikes, pushing circle activates the fire trap, and pushing X drops the 10-ton weight onto the Servbot and crushes them. So they keep running around this circle, and you have to time it so that you press the button in time so for them to be hit by the attack. And if you don't do it in under 30 seconds, they won't stop being lazy. Well, have you learned your lesson? I won't goof off again, I promise! Number 16's laziness has been cured. Huzzah! Now we can use number 16 in missions again, because when he's lazy, he won't do anything. He won't accompany you on any kind of mission, and that's no good, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, finally in part 16, one of the Servbots got lazy, because I've been using all the Servbots as much as I can. When you bring them on a mission, their sloth meter goes down a little bit. I was actually worried getting to the end of the game that I wasn't going to get this room to show up, because it was taking a long time to show up. Usually number 5 here is the one who gets lazy first. He starts off with the highest sloth meter, but I guess I used him too early, and then it took forever for the torture room to be constructed. And when you talk to number 5 here, after the torture room is constructed, he actually mentions, "Please don't take me to the torture room again," even though he wasn't in the torture room. So, I think it was originally planned that 5 was supposed to be lazy first, but it ended up being number 16, the pilot of the Gesellschaft. So how about that? When your Servbots get lazy, you gotta torture them to make them unlazy. That's how that works. Anyway, folks, we're doing the farm again. So far, we've gotten pigs and cows, so you must know what's next. Chickens? Ron. Horses! Thoroughbreds sell for astronomical amounts of zenny. Horses can't be astronauts, Miss Tron. Anyway, horses are really fast and hard to catch, but I'll be helping you. You can do it. Originally, I was going to do mission number 1, then mission number 3, then mission number 5, but I decided to go in the opposite direction because I want to end our final mission before Mr. Loth with Denise Marmalade. And the farm is the least important of all the missions that we're doing in terms of story and characters. So, let's do it!
They're so beautiful, aren't they? We'll just have to take them all. These thoroughbreds will fetch a good price. Get them all. Yes, ma'am. Mission start.
Alrighty, so now we're at level 3 of Mission 5. Again, level 3 is the final level for every single mission in the game. This will be the last time we visit the farm, and the last time we go to the exact same opening area. Because just like level 1 and level 2, this is the exact same place that you start off in. It gets a little repetitive. And you'll notice I got Energy Tank 7 after the last farm mission, our health bar has extended so far that we actually pushed the Servbot icons out of the way. Originally, it was like close to the border of the TV, and now it's pushed to the side, just a little bit in the middle of underneath the Tron picture, so that's kind of funny. The health bar is so big, we actually had to shove them to the side, you know? I was expecting an energy tank 8 so that it could reach Tron's picture, but either way. The horses are by far the hardest parts of the farm in terms of like animals to capture anyway. When you beacon bomb the horses, not only are they faster than pigs and cows, so the Servbots should be fast when they're running up to them and stuff. The thing is, the Servbots will not actually catch the horses unless you startle the horse. Like, even if they get really, really close to the horse, it will not get caught.
You got them all? Good! Let's move on to the other part of the ranch! Yes, Miss Tron!
So when the horse starts running around, you actually have to get in front of it, which will startle the horse and make it go up, and then the Servbot can cling onto it. Otherwise, even if they're close to it, even if they catch up to it, they never seem to grab hold of the horse. So it's actually a priority to follow the horse along with the Servbots so that they can actually catch the damn thing. And you know, it's not really all that bad here. The blue bird robots didn't really notice what I was doing, and it's not a big deal in this first area, but the area I'm coming up to is the area with the egg robots that we saw in level number 2. And this is when the horse mission gets a little bit annoying, because you gotta remember, I have to follow the horse so that I could startle it, and the egg robots are in front of the entrance. They're not at the back this time, now they're in the entrance. So absolutely destroy this house so that you have a whole bunch of exits for this giant fenced off area. Because it's probably a lot better if I could steer the horse into the open house area and get him out that way, you know? But either way, this part was actually a really good test of skill on my part. But what happened was, when I was doing test recordings for this area, it took forever, because I have to startle a horse, and then you have to shoot the egg guys, and, you know, the blue robots are also going to be there as well, and they can still get knocked off the horse if the blue robots run into them. And, you know, I have to follow the horse, and I can't position myself in a way where I can shoot all of the 4 egg robots as they chase the Servbot. So what happens is the egg robots keep hitting the horse, and hitting the horse, and hitting the horse. And it was really awkward, and yet you have to keep getting in front of the horse every time you wanted the Servbot to get right back on top of it.
You got them all? Good! Let's move on to the other part of the ranch! Yes, Miss Tron!
But during this test playthrough, I got it in one shot. This is the first time I've ever been able to get it in one shot, so I celebrated with the Servbots here. I was so happy, because my test recordings were so much longer. I spent like 3 or 4 minutes in this one area, just because the egg robots kept knocking the Servbots off the horses. And when I started to record it, I just did it in one shot, you know? I blew up all the egg robots, they didn't run into anything, they just got on, and I was so freaking happy about that. I was so pleased. This area can be a little bit annoying for first-time players, just because those egg robots keep knocking the Servbots off the horses, and then you have to keep getting in front of it, and blah 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 blah. But, hoi oi oi, this level. For the most part, though, it's still the same thing that you remember from the last levels. The blue robots are still weak, they still do like a sliver of health to you. The farmers are still useless, and the egg robots that I have so much trouble with are only in one particular area. They aren't in this area, they're not in the first area. You can also knock over the horses, because why not? So when you're trying to catch the horse, don't knock it over, because the Servbots can't cling onto it when it's knocked over. But either way, the blue robots, again, will not go away. They'll keep coming back over and over and over again, even if you destroy them, so just because you destroy one doesn't mean another one's not going to come by and take its place. Get in front, it rises up, Servbot grabs it. At least they're fast so that they run to the truck really, really quickly, you know. At least they're not, like, slowly getting to the truck so that an enemy can hit them somehow, you know. But booyah, that's the horses.
We finished loading the truck, Miss Tron! Good! Let's get out of here! persistent, aren't they? Come on, let's get this over with.
So this thing is still as weak as it was in level 2, but you can't underestimate how quickly it can destroy the car. You do not want it to get to the truck because it will shave its health pretty quickly, and so keep focusing fire on it. This time there are going to be pink bird bots that you have to shoot down as well, and they occasionally drop some of the egg robots down to follow you. But again, this place is pretty simple, you know. I've killed the chicken walker. I just lock onto the pink guys and shoot them over and over and over again, and yeah, this is the final mission for the farm. This is level 3. After this, we're done with the farm.
Mission clear! Mission complete! We've got everything we came for! Let's head back to the Gessel shaft! Yes, Miss Tron!
Alright, so it should be worth mentioning, I have 1,940,000 Zenny right now. I just got 840,000 Zenny. That makes me a 2 million Zenny person! I could save Teasel and Bonne, but I'm actually going to do the other missions before I go after them. It's just worth mentioning, I can save them right now if I want.
There! We finally got enough to pay the interest back. This time, we'll bring back Teasel and Bonne for sure! Have you found out where Loath is yet? Figures. We finally get the money, and then we can't contact him. Miss Tron, we've gotten a new report from number 15. He says that Lex Loath is engaged in suspicious activity in a warehouse at Primiki Harbor. Roger, good job! All right, we're going to Primiki Harbor. Yes, Miss Tron, Primiki! She said we did a good job!
By the way, folks, what's different from the first time we got the money for Teasel's debt was that when you got 1 million Zenny earlier, the cutscene where you meet Mr. Loath just automatically played. You couldn't choose to hang on to the money and go later. You immediately got the 1 million Zenny over to Mr. Loath. This time around, when you get 2 million Zenny, you actually hold on to it, and you can choose whether you pay it back now and head to the very end of the game, or you hang on to it, do some other missions, pay for, like, the Gustav's armor or whatever. So yeah, I can potentially go to the end of the game right now. But stay tuned for part 17, because I'm going to tackle the first of the final 2 missions before Mr. Loath. I'm going to be going to the Digout to find the Aurora Stone and maybe the Elixir of Youth. So stay tuned for that.